San Haisai from the Ryukyu Kingdom of Okinawa, Japan. You are listening to the Shima Gaijin podcast with your host, Joe Isamu Davis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
I am joined by Maurice Dudley of Blue Habu Trade Group. Oh, yeah, we rolling, son. We rolling.
All right, cool.
I appreciate you doing this.
No, thanks, man.
This is our first time, or my first time and your first time. We're going to be doing like a tasting, talking about different drinks.
Yeah.
When we say drinks, people, we're talking about alcohol.
Yes,
and everything from, we got some
bourbon.
Bourbon. What's this one right here?
Single malt Japanese whiskey.
Some Japanese whiskey, Komagatake.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Where's that from?
From Japan.
Well, I know. I thought you were gonna say like, oh, it's from.
Right. You thought I was gonna bust
like
it out,
Chiba or something, or.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the bottle again. No, but actually, I received that from a good friend as a gift. So, I was like, yeah, thanks, man. That's really good. But I just didn't really investigate and see where it was from.
Yeah.
Mars. Yeah, that's a really good, popular distillery.
I noticed that if the mic's not directly in front,
right,
I don't think it picks up.
So okay.
We gotta remember to be in front,
be all up on it,
be all up on it, and then as we get more drunk, we'll be away from it.
Right.
And this is also our first time recording a video here, so if you're listening, possibly there may be some video footage. My video editing skills are going to be put to the test later this week. So
you got to flash the subtitles up there like they do on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'll try. I'll get you to do the Japanese version. We were texting each other maybe about a month ago, and you were saying that you were interested in doing some YouTube videos. But what was really interesting is you said you wanted to do something on Awamori or Nihonshu, which is sake, right?
Right.
Combined with cigars.
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting, because of course people always pair whiskey or rum or cognac with cigars, but to actually pair Japanese spirits would also be interesting. I think a lot of the Awamoris go well with cigars, in my opinion.
What do you have like a specific Awamori that you drink or that you think would go good with or just any kind? I
think some of the milder Awamori, like this Shima Urara, the blue bottle there, for example, from Ishigaki, it's made with Ishigaki grown rice as opposed to the typical Awamori from Thai rice. So it kind of gives it a different flavor profile. And lately I've been, whenever I do smoke, it's been with water because I got have stuff to do. So it's that's like the closest that I can get to what I'm used to. Is to mix, and especially when you mix it with water. So it's like, oh man, it's like goes down really smooth, pairs really well.
That's interesting. You said that. I didn't know that Awamori was made with Thai rice.
Yeah.
So do they import that?
Oh yeah. They have, and they have been for hundreds of years since the beginning of Awamori. So
I did not know that. I thought it was just like their own rice that they're utilizing.
But not because you got to remember that also too, rice is really labor intensive. So you got to have people out there growing the rice.
Right.
And Okinawa is just a tiny island.
Right.
They don't really have that. But also Thai rice does well with the black koji that is used to make Awamori.
That's what they use to ferment, or is it some? Okay.
Yeah. That's how they break down the starches and convert it to sugars. So Thai rice goes really well because it's long grain rice, and it goes well with that, and the climate in Okinawa being really really humid and everything too. So.
Yeah, they got a rich history in Okinawa for Awamori. I mean, it dates back how many years?
At least 600 years. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite type of Awamori?
I drink just about any of them, but off the top of my head, some of the cask aged Awamori, like Dandu is a popular one. I have a bottle somewhere, but it's probably back behind the bar.
Oh yeah, we're in Mo's bar too, by the way.
Yeah. So, but a lot of Americans like that one because it's familiar to them. It has that kind of cask flavor, that whiskey wood flavor to it, and it's blended with standard Awamori. So
okay, what's the name of it again?
Dandu.
Dandu.
Yeah.
Dandu.
Yeah. So it kind of they made it specifically to cater to both Okinawans and to the
foreigners, or
specifically the American military who was here, after post-war.
Okay.
So, but it's good for it's not. I don't think it's really considered a standard Awamori because it's cask aged. Some of the more standard Awamoris are just they're clear. There is no aging. No cask aging involved. So,
do you know how long does it take for them to go through the whole process to where it's bottled? Do you know that by chance?
I'm not. We're actually looking at the posters.
They're talking about. Oh, geez, yeah, you're right. It has it right there. Huh?
I don't, because they, especially Kusa. Kusa is aged for 3 years. So, and it's typically aged in the jar method, clay jars. So, it could range from a year to 3 years.
Okay. That's the most traditional way when they would do it in the clay pots.
Right.
Oh, okay. What in modern time is like this picture right here in those big metal cylinders, or whatever you want to call it.
So it shows the process from the actual Thai rice, and it says Thai rice, and then they wash the rice, and then step 3 is the black koji. They mix the mold. Koji is mold, right? So they mix it with the rice, and they allow that fermentation, because that fermentation is required to break down the starches, and so that the yeast can convert to alcohol. So that's where the koji comes in, and they mix it. Moromi is the mash. It's where everything happens, all that fermentation happens, and then step 5 is according to the poster, is
this is like a PowerPoint slide you're doing. Like you're doing a TED back in the day. You're doing a TED talk on Awamori,
right?
Awamori history.
Yeah, and it's in Japanese.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
I know. So you're reading it and translating.
I think I'm right.
I don't believe you, sir. So we're on step 5.
People are going to chime in on the comments. Don't listen to Murray. You see, don't know what he's talking about.
There's not a lot of experts out there. English speaking experts, but
yeah, I'm like, but so then it's distilled. That's step 5. The big stills, and then step 6 is the storage. Typically, still tanks is where it's stored for 3 years. I mentioned 3 years or more is kusu or koshu in Japanese. That's the more desirable stuff, because it's kind of like whiskey. The longer it ages, the more it picks up the trait of the container that it's in.
Okay.
So if it's a still tank, it'll pick up those traits. If it's a clay jar, it'll pick up those traits. And I mentioned cask earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, my exposure to Awamori was with my first wife. She had her stepdad was from Kume Island, and he was a big like Kume-sen Awamori drinker, and they always had like this big bottle. I don't even know what the name was, but so it was just, and Kume-sen is, I don't know if it's different from any other ones, but to me it was like one of those like real strong like smell and taste, like aftertaste and all that. And so that's like my first exposure. And then when I ended up, meeting Amy, my second wife, she was like, "You drink Kume-sen? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why don't you just drink Zampa?"
Yeah. But I have noticed that too from Kume, and also from some of them from Miyako, and they're like straight up,
straight gasoline.
Hardcore,
hardcore Awamori.
I don't know if that has to do with the filtration or just the way they cut it.
Yeah.
Or the way they prefer it too. That might have been a lot of the oily foods that they normally eat might cut well with that type of awamori. So
okay.
This Keen Tatsu Gold. This is also like Shima Urara, it's also 25% alcohol by volume, but you can tell the difference between the two. I would say texture wise, people say, oh, this is really smooth. That actually does kind of have a trait that you can taste in your mouth, the palate when you taste drinks. I think we should probably be tasting some.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's which one should we do first?
Let's try this.
Let's try this one
Tatsugo
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need some ice, or are we good? Or
yeah, actually, I was going to ask you, how do you usually drink it?
I usually, if it's something that I've never tasted before, I drink it straight.
Yeah, but we're doing it.
Okay,
we're going to do it straight.
I ain't scared. Just to see,
All right.
How we like it, and then.
But just like a
spot.
Is that too much?
No, I thought you left the cap on. I was like, wait. No, that's fine.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
And you can already smell this Tatsu.
It's pretty strong. Yeah. It's called what? Tatsu?
Tatsu Gold.
Tatsu Gold.
Yeah. It's a pretty standard, like in the izakaya, you'll see this a lot.
You ever go to those izakayas where they say, we have our brand, Awamori?
Yeah.
What is that? Do you know?
Some of them do work with the distillers and have, their own.
It comes in a clear bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. Or some of them, they'll take the people's keeps. It's been 2 months. This person hasn't come back. So we'll go ahead and use this.
Okay.
And we'll mix it and we'll color our own. I've heard, but I don't know if it's
Cheers.
Or not.
Cheers. Salud. Man, you just downed it.
Not yet. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is only 25% ABV. So
yeah, this is very tolerable. This is nothing compared to Kumasen or Kumasen Brown.
Yeah, I have some behind the counter there from Miyako in a carton, like a milk carton, old school milk carton type.
Of a Kumasen?
No, it's from Miyako.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
the Miyako people, man.
Yeah,
they love to drink.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, if they drink either of these two, they're probably like, this is water.
They're like, yeah,
this ain't nothing.
What's this? This is Bud Light?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's,
It's all right.
I think, yeah, I think this on the rocks would go well with, some cigars, especially the more spicy cigars.
Do you like to drink it on the rocks? Or is there a certain time where you would drink it with just water?
Yeah.
It just depends on the brand.
I think it usually on the rocks because I'm just chilling. Like if I'm just chilling at the house, I'll drink it on the rocks and then allow the ice to melt.
Okay.
And it kind of just coats the glass. But if I'm eating something, I'll probably drink it mizuwari, mixed with water. That's pretty typical in a lot of the izakayas as well. Yeah.
Do you do like half or do you do 40-60?
Yeah, I probably start the night off with half, and and then it gets into 70-30 and 80-20. Yeah. So,
there was a gentleman I saw. He may have been here in Okinawa, but he's like I want to say a sake expert, maybe, or enthusiast, maybe. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Maybe I met.
I saw you guys communicating on Twitter. He may have been here in your bar.
Okay, yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Steven. Either Steven Lyman or Christopher Pellegrini.
Pellegrini.
Yeah,
I remember that last name. Yeah.
What
do those gentlemen do?
They are my senpai, basically.
Oh, your senpai. Okay.
So they are sake, mainly shochu and Awamori experts. They've written books, but they also, they're also certified sake evangelists, that's what I call them. But yeah, they know, the history and a lot of the distillation practices of all of these spirits that we're talking about. As a matter of fact, they're the ones that got me this bottle of whiskey that I mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they know where it's from.
Yeah.
And it's a limited edition.
Yeah, they did stop by, and then they brought that. It's like, yeah, here you go.
How'd you meet them? Just through.
I think I met
work
Christopher first at one of the Shimazake fest here on Okinawa.
Okay.
Yeah, he came down. He typically comes down for those, and then I just met him. Said, "Hey, what's up, man?" We all stick out. Us foreigners, we stick out in a crowd of Okinawans. We're like, hey, what's up? So, and then I think Steven, I just probably on on Instagram or something is how we met. And then when he came down for the first whiskey fest here on Okinawa.
Where was that held at?
I think
It was like a Pacific. Was it a whiskey or was it an Awamori? I remember one time you went to Awamori thing too, right?
But it was actual whiskey and spirits.
Oh, cool.
Okinawa whiskey, something, yeah. But
something.
There was only one, you know, because of COVID. You know, they couldn't do it this past year. But yeah, we all went out for drinks, and it was a really good time.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So this stuff's pretty strong for me. This is not like Zampa.
Strong. I mean, not strong, but it has that kick to it, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's got that kick. It's got that distinct Awamori smell to it too.
Yeah, definitely.
So go ahead.
But you know, to follow that up with the other one, the blue bottle, the Shima Urara, I think would be good to kind of get so we can tell the difference of the two.
So do I need to like drink water or something, or do I need to?
Some people will.
I got a Red Bull.
Wet their palate, so to speak. Yeah.
Let me get this Red Bull.
Yeah. And some people will rinse the glass. You can do that if you want.
I got a Red Bull because I told you earlier before we started that I went out last night, and Amy and I we partied pretty hard.
Yeah.
We were. Should I go ahead? Or do you already have some in there?
No.
Let me pour some in here. Hey. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Am I being cheap? Do I need to put more?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean,
now we went hard in the paint last night. We didn't get home till like 2 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah. And then fell asleep around 3, and I woke up around 9. I was like, I'm so stupid. I have a podcast this afternoon. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, I would say you're living it to the fullest, right?
Well, yeah. COVID put a lot of damper on a lot of things, so it's been a long time since I've been out. So
true.
Cheers. This is the, how you say it again?
Shima Urara.
Urara.
Yeah, cool name, right?
That is a cool name. I like the bottle too.
Yeah, I was gonna say check out the bottle and the label. They kind of like specifically target, I think, the female crowd. Maybe the first time Awamori drinkers.
It's very pretty.
Yeah,
the bottle.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen this in izakayas, and I don't think it's kind of where they want to place it. Maybe definitely in Ishigaki, that's what they're doing. But
it doesn't look like a typical Awamori bottle, right?
Right.
It's usually got this kind of dark glass, or even like if you look at a Zampa glass, although it's white, you can't see through it. Right. It's got like that glass marble kind of look to it. This one's almost looks like a mainland shochu sake, right?
It kind of has that Nihonshu styling. I think they did that on purpose, which is
And this won I see it right here on the label. It says Tokyo Whiskey and Spirits Competition. So it won gold.
Yeah, 2020.
Shochu winner. So even though this is Awamori, it won a competition for shochu.
Awamori is kind of placed in the same category because there's no Awamori specific category. Okay. So it's basically Awamori that shochu is made pretty much the same way. It's just that Awamori uses black koji as opposed to shochu is using white or red koji. They can also use black, so there's a lot more variations of shochu than Awamori.
So shochu, so maybe if someone's first time listening to this podcast, or you're just dumb like me, shochu is Nihonshu, which is the mainland sake. No.
Scratch
that.
Scratch that.
Yo, I'm looking at the camera right now. Yo, we about to get educated in here, yo.
Sake is Nihonshu. Japanese sake is brewed, so it's not distilled.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's kind of the lower alcohol percentages. Like wine, it's like 13, 15.
That's Nihonshu.
Nihonshu. Yeah.
Okay, so it's brewed.
Yeah.
Then shochu.
Yeah. Then shochu, the chu part of the chuhai is actually shochu. That's what they're using to mix.
Okay.
So the shochu is distilled. And it goes through the fermentation process, but then they throw it in a still, and then they raise the alcohol percentages. Usually shochu is usually 30, 30% or so. Whereas Awamori is, 40, 30, 35, 40,
right.
Higher percentages.
So then with shochu, how do you drink shochu? Because I don't think I've drank shochu then.
If you drink it in Shuhai, you have, but
well, yeah, I mean,
but not like straight.
Do you,
I would say the same as Awamori, Mizuwari, or
they put water.
Water.
Okay.
Some people put water in it and mix it, or they'll, some people will drink it warm, kind of like Japanese sake, like sake nihonshu. They'll drink it warm. It kind of just depends. Like there are so many different shochu. There's sweet potato. There's barley. There's rice shochu.
Okay.
Rice shochu is really, really. I just picked some up recently, but it's really good. Yeah.
Do you have any here?
No.
Sorry. Oh, I was gonna say you can go grab it. We'll edit. Edit it out. Yeah,
that would be sweet.
Okay. No,
I didn't.
All
actually,
good.
I have a bottle at the house, and I didn't think.
All right, we're gonna move this podcast to Maurice's house.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. Your wife
call wifey.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Hey, I know you just dropped me off, but can you come get me? Or at least just bring the bottle. How about that?
I like this one. This
it's kind of
Shima Urara. So do they sell this here?
Mm-hmm. They sure do. And then you notice the back is all, I say all English, but
it's got an English portion, yeah. The rice grown and blessed with the great nature of Ishigaki Island are carefully distilled to the best taste. Carefully.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I think they did a pretty good job of that. And like I said, it took gold in Tokyo whiskey and spirits.
Have you been to Ishigaki?
Yes, once with the family. It was nice. This is before I was, really into
all the spirits and drinks.
Yeah, I mean, I drink Awamori, but I wasn't like really trying to learn it.
Yeah,
learn about it. So,
and you were on our previous podcast that I had, with Maki back in the day. But I forget, how did you get into Blue Habu, your company, and how did you get into distribution and alcohol? Was this something that you were always a fan of?
I was since college, I was interested in international trade and seeing about how do I get into import export. And I was just talking to a friend who was leaving. They were PCSing. They were leaving Okinawa, and he said, you should look into craft beer. I was like, I'm pretty sure you need a license for that. He said, I'm just saying, it's really popular here in Japan, and there are a lot of home brewers, here, so it might be something to look into. So I looked into it, and figured out how to get a license, and that was pretty much the way. 2016 is when I first picked up my license. So
that's crazy, but that whole thing is like all in Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Which is. It's if you're living in mainland Japan, maybe it's not a big deal because a lot of people are studying Japanese living in Japan.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are living in Okinawa, majority, a good percentage is military.
Yeah.
Don't speak Japanese at all.
Yeah. And everywhere you go, they ask you, what base do you work on?
Right.
And like when you go to look for a place to stay, an apartment or whatever, they ask you, what rank are you? What base are you at?
Right.
I'm not in the military anymore.
What do you mean? Even if you were let's say a foreigner from a different country, they automatically they place them as U.S. military.
Yeah, I've heard that
US
too.
Citizen, right?
People are so frustrated. I'm not even from America.
But I mean, you essentially resigned from your job. You went back to school, right?
But at that time, So, at that time, I had already finished learning. Well, finished learning, but I'm still learning. But I was in. I took a couple classes at Duke University. This is when I was still a contractor on Kinzer, and my wife got pregnant, so I was like, well, I guess I need to go back to work.
Sounds like a good reason to get back in the workforce.
So I went back to work. And then, but as far as education, it was already, I'd finished my degrees and all that, so it was just resigned, and then I jumped right in. I jumped right into trying to figure out how to start a business and how to run a business, and scratching my head and a few tears along the way as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just dived right into it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You do everything that we say not to do. Is like not plan. Like you want to plan, figure out your 5 years, your 10 years.
Yeah.
But that's the best way to learn.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, I figured, if I'm going to do it, I might as well jump right into it. I'm going to fix my mic.
Yeah.
I might as well jump right in, because if I don't, I think, I will find some excuse not to. Because like I say, it was something I was thinking about for years anyway. So it's like, all right, now it's just the time to do it. I'm not getting any younger, so.
Yeah. You said that. What year was that when you?
When I resigned was December 2015. So
6 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick, man.
Yeah.
Like, as far as you've gotten so far now, like with the license and the business. And
so far. Yeah.
No, I mean, I really mean that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A relatively short period of time. I've had working with people who were once here and then left, and then, kind of kept me motivated as well. So.
Yeah, I mean the connections, and then when you were telling me like now like you what was that other brand? Is it the Colombo or the Ceylon?
Yeah,
that brand or even that one to the white rum, dark red.
Yeah,
like you had some in what was it, Don Quixote?
Yeah, they're still there. It's just I haven't had any reorders for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, they're still in stock. It's the last time I checked. Yeah.
But to go and do that in business, and that was all in Japanese, right?
Exactly,
there was like no translator with you or
I remember going to the Don Quixote. I was like, I want to try to place this in Don Quixote. I have a wholesale license and everything. I think I had a translator with me at that time, just to be safe.
Make sure there's
And you're right. Well. Yeah, it's nice you have a license, but we got you got to introduce you to our connect. Basically, I was like, really?
No.
Because there's the network that you got to be a part of, and then it's like, man, I can't win for losing. But finally, they did introduce me to their connection, which is another it's an actual Japanese distributor, and they agreed to purchase some from me, and then we put it in. They put it in the Don Quixote. Yeah.
Do you have any anywhere else like besides Don Quixote?
No.
Okay.
We've been selling online really well, especially on Amazon. I sell on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think they're the Ceylon and the Colombo. They were talking. The distillery in Sri Lanka was talking to a company in mainland Japan. So they kind of like bypass Blue Habu. So they're in parts of mainland Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what are you doing with Bel Air? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke Bel Air. Bel Air. So people in Okinawa, bar owners in Okinawa, or club owners, were asking for it. Hey, you should try to get this. You should try to get this. It took me a while to get it. It took me like a year, maybe a year and a half to get the brand to say okay, because at first they were like, "Who's Blue Habu? We've never heard of you. What's your portfolio like?"
Right. But so, where is this company?
It's in it's a winery, and it's made in France. It's a French wine, a sparkling wine, but the brand is run out of New York.
Okay.
I believe, American behind the brand. So they created the brand. They had it, bottled in France, and then they started pushing it out, especially to the I would say to the hip hop, party people community.
Right.
So, they were the hip hop crowd was asking for it. So I was, all right, cool. So I finally got it here after talking to a different Japanese distributor and who agreed to, work in, as a partnership type of arrangement with Blue Habu. So that's why on the back label, it has their name, on it.
Oh, on this bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're technically the importer, but I did all the work.
Okay.
And so it kind of like gives me a free reign to do whatever I want with Bel Air, as far as events and putting it and try to get it, different clubs and yeah.
And it was I remember on social media, like Instagram, it was popping off.
Yeah.
Like even when COVID was kicking off.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing like New Year's pictures of people at the clubs and Gate2 Street and all that, and they're all holding up the bottle.
Yeah, we had an event, a New Year's event at Black Rose. The Black Rose? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it was a good event. We had fun. And then, of course, COVID kind of put a damper on everything. I was also distributing to some of the Japanese bar owners, the darts bars and things around here. They also want to do events and stuff,
We should do one. So last night I was at the OAG Legion Cafe, Amy's son's place. That place was packed last night. And I was like, man, I was thinking about you. I was like, dude, you can do like a Bel Air event over there or something.
Yeah,
hopefully
make it work.
Yeah.
They just launched a Bel Air Blue.
So what with I see behind you, you got a poster, you got rose with gold, and then what's the other one?
There's the white bottle, Lux. And then Lux Rose is pink.
Okay.
Then they just launched a blue one. And I was watching, of course, I follow Luke Belair on Instagram. They said, in May, we're going to drop something. Oh, okay, cool. And then, 2 days later, they dropped this Luke Belair Blue. And then people are holding a bottle of Blue Belair. I was like, man, I want that. For Blue Habu, that would be cool. That would be sweet to walk around with the Blue
Habu,
bottle.
Yeah.
So, I want to try to get that here.
That'd be awesome.
But
let's. I want to try this again. This Shima Urara.
Yeah.
Shima Urara. But I want to after I pour this glass. Let's have a cigar with it.
Okay.
There you go, sir. Because we were talking about pairing cigars with Awamori.
Yeah. Are you gonna do some ice, or are you good?
No, I play hard in the paint.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on a roll.
Yeah,
I want to be consistent. I want to be consistent.
You're a no-limit soldier. You're just saying. You just
don't matter if I have work tomorrow, Maurice.
Right.
So, I need to get my cutter. Do you have a cutter? I have a cutter. Hold on.
I left it. So this intermission is brought to you by. All right, cool.
You got the ashtray?
No.
Not the ashtray.
Yeah.
What do you call that? So, Maurice, I got this cigar from the, I get all my cigars at the base shopette here. This one I never seen before. It's called Punch.
Oh.
So,
it's pretty,
do you want to try this one?
Pretty popular.
I know you got that one.
No, sure.
Want to try this one?
I'll get something new going. Yeah. I'll save that one for later.
What was that one that you that one? What's the name of that one that you have in your hand?
This is Bongani.
Bongani. And where's that from?
It's from Mozambique.
Is that the one that you gave me last year to try out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
It was
you liked it one time, that was it.
Well, because was that one? No,
you guys got that right.
But it's
never asked about it after that.
Well, I didn't know if you were selling it. You want? I can buy some from you.
No. Yeah, I'm just messing with you, but yes, I am selling it.
Okay. Can we get it online on Amazon, or how are you selling it?
Amazon is kind of funny. They don't allow cigars.
They don't?
Or any tobacco product, as far as I know, because of licensing and Japan is really strict for tobacco products. But Rakuten, I've seen some on Rakuten for sale.
Okay.
Cigars, not this brand, but other brands. I don't have a Rakuten account though.
That's weird though. But Rakuten's essentially like a Japanese Amazon, right?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact,
Right.
I think they're even larger than Amazon in Japan. I think Rakuten's number one, and then Amazon.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Rakuten's got a baseball team, and they have deep pockets.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rakuten is which prefecture are they?
I don't
know.
I can't even lie to you on that one. Like, I can't even think of a prefecture that sounds good.
We don't know anything about Japan, people. We just live here. We just live in Okinawa.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's like when your family, when there's a typhoon or something, your family's like, y'all all right?
Y'all right? Oh, no, there's an earthquake in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Y'all okay? Tsunami hit?
Yes, we're good.
This cigar is not bad.
Is it punchy?
Describe punchy.
Well, it says punch, right? So.
Oh, yes, it is. It's called the Punch Classico. Let me try it with this Awamori here.
Does it have a nice little kick to it?
It's pretty mild, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm struggling over here.
That's all right. You'll get it. The lighter's right there. It's because we got these mics in the way.
Yeah. There we go.
Is there a type of cigar that you like? Are you into cigars?
A little. I was getting into it, and I was ordering some from a retailer in mainland, and I just picked from Nicaragua. I picked some Maduro, and man, it was my first time I think smoking a Maduro.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is really good, but it also was really. I remember being really strong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like halfway, not even halfway through, and you're already lightheaded, right? Yeah, what is it about a Maduro? Do you know? Is it the type of leaf?
Maduro, I believe it's also aged, so it's aged longer than. That's why they're kind of typically more expensive
And darker?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As it gets aged, it's got like a darker leaf maybe? Or now we're totally BSing, aren't we?
It sounds good, but from what I read, that's not always the case. But typically yes, but you can't always say that that's the case. Aficionados would have to chime in on that one as well.
Yeah. People are gonna talk shit in the comments.
It could either be a good thing or a bad thing. I like these guys because they don't know what to talk about.
Yeah. This Ooh La La, it almost kind of reminds me of Zampa a little bit. But this seems more smoother. Like I can drink this straight and I think I'll be good, or on the rocks.
Yeah.
A lot of times I have to have the Awamori with water.
Okay. Yeah. This is really good straight, or like you say, on the rocks. Like so, we'll probably finish that bottle today.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Word
to your mother. There's also things that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say a funny story. The first bottle that I had, I think I just picked up because I was interested. The second bottle was in preparation for the Shima Sake Fest this year. We had it online, and I was asked to be a commentator, just to give my comments on Awamori, and I was like, I don't, in Japanese. So I was like, okay.
But that's pretty cool, though, man. They reached out to you.
Yeah, so they sent me. It was Yaisen Distillery, and they sent me this, and 2 other bottles of their Awamoris, and I said, wow, I didn't know it was going to be a full bottle. Cool, 720 milliliters. Cool. I thought it was going to be a small sample one. Size. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did it. On here. Actually, I was here, and I had my little phone. I had my iPad, but I didn't have. I forgot I don't have Wi-Fi here anymore.
Oh.
So I was just using the data on my cell phone. They were like, "Can you flip your phone?" And my phone is old, so it doesn't rotate now.
Oh, okay.
So, sorry guys, but it was fun. It was a good experience.
How many people did they have, like as far as commentators?
It had quite a bit. I think there were like 20 different distilleries.
Okay.
So they each had someone paired up with someone who could give comments on the Awamori. But it was different timing, different times, schedules. So when my interview was over, all right, Maurice, you're done. So the next person came in.
Oh, so then you would just log off?
Yeah. I sat there for another hour, just laughing at everyone with my mic off, but then not laughing at everyone, but just enjoying the conversation.
Right.
And then we left. My wife came and picked me up.
Was it something that anyone could watch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was YouTube Live, so you can probably still go on there and
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So then people can put their own comments down there while it
Yeah.
was live streaming.
Yep. And people did.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. When did that kick off?
April.
Oh, so just recently. Just last month.
Yeah. Every year in April is when the Shimazake Fest goes. So.
Huh. I wonder why they
It
didn't
was
just do it
before- I
outside just because
remember-
of the social distancing and all that. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
okay.
This year because of that. Yeah. I remember it being, my birthday is the 13th, so I remember it being just before that, like that weekend before. Yeah.
Did they have people from mainland, or was it just all Okinawan distillery and subject matter experts from this island?
Some people from mainland definitely
Okay.
were either watching or as a commentator, but most of the distilleries were here in Okinawa.
Okay.
Awamori distilleries.
I just realized we're smoking and we got the video going, and it's probably going to be all like it's like smoke in
Smoky,
the air. and
yeah,
everything.
That's adding a new element to it, right?
This is the good old days, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like you watch like movies, and it's like, you know, maybe it's a movie based on a true story, and it'll show them like them smoking in the office or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
like, babe, look at that. That's the good old days, right? She's like, yeah, I remember. I used to have an ashtray at my desk and all that kind of stuff. It's funny how times have changed, right?
Oh yeah, definitely changed. This is pretty good.
It's not
It's
bad,
nice,
right?
yeah, because that bongani, man, it has so much pepper forward taste, I would say. That, you know, my mouth gets really watery, and I wanted to make a T-shirt that says cigar spit, right? And I was like, man, in one of the Facebook groups, it was funny because I posted, hey, do you guys spit a lot when you smoke cigars? And people were, oh, you're a rookie, you're a beginner. I'm like, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, is that normal or?
Is that what they were saying though?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're
how some of
rookie.
Yeah, you know how some of those groups are, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, people were saying, you know, you just got to get used to it. You know, some people had good comments, you know, positive comments, but yeah.
So
But-
what did they say? Is spitting common?
Well, some people said, yeah, or I used to, or it depends on the type of cigar. Like some people said, I spit with Maduros, or some people
Yeah.
said, like, if I'm outside, I don't spit, you know. It's kind of weird. I think it's more of a, you know, in your mind.
Okay.
The psychology of.
Now that you mention it, I think when I do smoke like a Maduro, like they have the Brick House brand on base. When I smoke that one outside, I'll be spitting all the time.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
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 This one is fine, right?
Yeah, this is- yeah.
So it's pretty mild. I guess it's that aftertaste. Huh?
Yeah, I haven't had to spit yet. But it does.
So we got like 4 cups on the table,
Yeah.
right?
So, and then you accidentally get the wrong cup, right? Oh, that was spit. That's
spit,
another
okay.
funny story. When I was in Air Force, I'm just jumping all over the place here.
All good.
I was stationed in North Carolina. We went to a club, and this guy, coworker, he used to dip, and he's like, "Hey man, can I use your bottle?" It was a dark beer bottle, right? I forget the brand, but it was a dark beer bottle, right? And I use your bottle to spit in. I was like, "Yeah, man, whatever." And you know where I'm going with this. Hey, man, you said I can spit in it. Yeah, but I didn't know you were going to put it right there in front of me. I thought I still had something left. Yeah, so I'll never forget that.
I don't know how
That
people, I don't know why people do that.
Yeah.
I never understood dipping.
Yeah. I mean, when I had first joined the Air Force, it kind of seemed like the thing to do because you couldn't always smoke.
Yeah.
Now, of course, people were smoking cigarettes, but you couldn't always go on a smoke break. But you could always you always had a
dip.
chip or a chew or a dip in your mouth,
Right.
right? So it's like, let me try that. So I'd try it, but it didn't last long.
Yeah,
For
it was
me.
the same way with the Marine Corps. It's like the cool thing to do. You know, you're 18 or 19 years old,
Yeah, yeah.
and you want to be cool.
It's kind of
Everyone
like-
else is doing it.
Yeah, it's kind of that rite of passage. It's like
Yeah.
now I can do it.
I remember it was at MCT, which is Marine Corps Combat Training in San Diego, or at Camp Pendleton, and we're in the mountains doing our training, and I'm in this bunker, and I decided to try dip,
Yeah.
and Dude, I was
place to
like
do it,
about yeah, because you're bored, right? You're just sitting in there and then
in a bunker.
and I almost threw up. I was like,
seriously.
I don't know. I was like, why do they do this?
Yeah.
I do not get it. I do not get it.
Oh, you definitely feel that nicotine rush. Like,
oh yeah,
it goes straight to the dome, literally. So, I guess I get it, but at the same time, nah, I don't. Like, I was into pipes too. Around that time, because it was in North Carolina. But I would smoke a pipe so much, and probably because they were cheap pipes too. But my lip started burning, right? Like, man, I'm starting to break out in the inside of my lip, man. This ain't good.
Shit.
So I quit that too.
Yeah, it's funny though. You don't see when people get older in the service. You don't see them dipping that much. But
Yeah.
I remember everybody was dipping.
Yeah,
I remember that.
right.
Right after boot camp, everyone thinks they're cool and shit, smoking cigarettes or dipping. I don't know. I remember if they caught you dipping, and you weren't supposed to be dipping, and this is at the Marine Corps combat training, they would make you sit there in front of them and make you swallow your spit.
Oh.
And so, like, you had like several people just start throwing up right there on the ground. Yeah.
Wow. So they just stand over
nope.
you.
Yeah. The sergeant's like, nope, don't spit it out. You're gonna eat it. You're gonna swallow it. Next thing you know, they're like dying. All right, let's try a different drink. What are we gonna do now?
Let me rinse this real quick, because
Sure.
some of my ash got in there.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, I don't want.
I'm
Speaking
good.
of swallowing your
go
spit,
ahead.
I don't
Go
want
ahead.
to swallow my ash.
While you're listening, we are in the lair of the Blue Habu bar down in Okinawa City. I forget what this district is called again.
This is Nakanomachi.
Nakanomachi. What's it been like over here? Because this is a big kind of like old school kind of drinking area for like real Okinawan people.
Definitely old school. Yeah, it's pretty slow. But then again, I'm not here every night.
Yeah,
because of COVID.
But you know the neighbors around here, right?
Yeah,
you know
and I know some people are still opening up and doing the best they can. Some people are open like until 8 or whenever the government says you have to shut down.
What is it? 8 o'clock?
I think it is 8. Yeah. So they have last call at 7. So they open at 3, and then they have last call at 7. It's like I don't. Yeah. But some people, they're like really dependent on that.
Right.
Aside from what are little subsidies that we get from the government, for being closed. So
do you know if some of them are opening past 8?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure they are.
They don't get in trouble, right? Only if they're going to be collecting the money.
I don't know.
The relief money, they have to close by 8.
Yeah.
That's the rule, right?
Yeah. If they comply with that, then that's the rule that they have to follow. You have to put a poster. I have a sign on my door saying I'm just going to close, for that time frame until the end of May now, because they keep pushing it back. Like it was May 5th, and it was May 11th. Now it's May 31st. It's like, man, it's been a while too. Since we were able to open.
Were you open at all in the beginning of 2020? Was your bar open? Because you kind of shut it down.
Yeah.
You were just focusing on the importing.
Because my main is importing and sales. So I have to visit customers.
Yeah.
And so I would try I'm going to open up Blue Habu at least on the weekend. But then that's prime time to visit customers too. So I would be open. My plan was to open from 9 to 12 midnight, and then I have time to visit customers, right?
Yeah.
But then my first couple that came in here, I remember they're like, "What time are you open?" 9 to 12. They're like, "Psh, that's too early." Like Okinawans, we go to izakayas and then we go drink afterwards. If we want more to drink.
Yeah.
Like, you should open from 10 to 5 in the morning, and I was like, I can't do that.
You're like, my bedtime's 1 a.m. What are you talking about?
They're like, well, okay, how about 3 a.m.? I was like, shoot, if nobody's here, I'm falling asleep, by midnight anyway.
Yeah.
So Yeah, true.
They got a point though, because this district here is more of like where you're at is like Nijikai.
Yeah,
Nijikai, Sanjikai,
definitely,
right?
yeah. So they're, a lot of these places are open at least until 5 a.m. Some of them, like if I come in here to do something in the morning at 8, they're still like straggling. People are sleeping on the sidewalk or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the bar next door, is that a karaoke place or just a snack?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a snack, and they have karaoke. No, a lot of them say you need to have karaoke.
I was going to ask you that. What you ever thought about doing if you did open, doing karaoke?
I have those rods up in the ceiling. There's one here, and then there's one
to
behind
connect to the thing.
They actually had them. There wasn't a monitor when I moved in, but that's what they're for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have thought about it because I had a buddy of mine. They had Studio B down at Mihama. Shout out to Studio B.
Studio B. Whoop whoop.
They're
over there. Yeah. Where was that at? Right where the ETWS used to be, right?
Hi.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But they're not. They don't own it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a different name now. But yeah. So where was I going? Yeah. So they, that was just strictly karaoke. I'm trying to pronounce it right. It's strictly karaoke.
Karaoke people.
Yeah. So.
Listening.
Oh. Did you say something about another drink?
Yeah. Well, which one you think you want to try? Actually, let's go ahead.
I want to introduce you to this vodka that I'm thinking about importing.
Okay.
Actually,
I'm
working on importing this.
What's it called? Vusa?
It's called Vusa vodka from South Africa, right? And I wanted to let you have a taste first.
Hell yeah, of course. This is brand new. Look it.
It's brand new. Well, it's not. Well, I mean, I've opened it since.
Oh, inchkine.
I had to get my taste on.
Woo! Oh, Maurice, I ain't going to work tomorrow. Salud.
We got to be careful when we put these glasses down, huh?
Oh, that's okay.
It's all good. Gonna edit that.
It's gonna bother 50 listeners.
Is that how it tracks the listeners on there?
No, tracking online, but yeah. Everyone who's listening, thank you for supporting. By the way, this smells good.
Yeah, it kind of smells like a gin, doesn't it?
I was gonna say, yeah, it doesn't smell like vodka. Oh,
this is.
I like this.
43%. So it's pretty smooth for 43% alcohol.
From South Africa.
Yep.
Is there any? Do you know if did they do something different that's unique?
I think it's the filtration process is unique.
Yeah,
but I couldn't explain it to you, so I don't even want to lie.
How did
I'm sure it's the grains that they
utilize
are local too. So it's not like anything that we ever tasted before.
Yeah. So how'd you find this brand?
Social media. Yeah. I mean, they reached out to me or I reached. I don't remember like who had the first initial contact, but it was basically from social media, Instagram specifically. Yeah.
It does smell like gin. It doesn't smell like vodka. It's smooth,
right?
And it doesn't have that vodka aftertaste or anything.
Good point. Yeah,
it's unique. I like it.
Yeah,
you could probably use this as gin if you ran out of gin.
yeah. Let me get a gin and tonic. All right,
sure. Damn.
Well, they actually, because I'm working on a shipment, and they're actually going to include some gin so that we can taste as well. So we can do that here too if you want.
That's nice, man.
Once I finally get it, it's the logistics of getting it here from South Africa has been a pain so
really?
far. Yeah.
What are some of the hurdles?
There's no direct shipment to, because I have a pallet, just for my initial test to see how it goes. But that little pallet is going to have to go inside a 20-foot container with other people's pallets, right? They call it, that's an LCL, a less than container load. So it's not going to fit an entire container. So I don't own the container.
Okay.
Right. I don't rent the entire container. So it's got to go in that container, and then that container goes on a ship. So it depends on where that ship is going, like which route it's going to take to get to Japan. And if the final destination is not Okinawa, then I'm SOL. And that's my case right now. So I was like, okay, so how far can I get it? Like, oh yeah, we can get it to Fukuoka. But then you got to figure out how to get it down to Okinawa from there. So that pallet, when they offload that container, they're going to have to, take all the pallets out. That's going to take some time to get to my pallet, wherever it is, and then store it in a warehouse in Fukuoka until I can arrange the shipment down here.
So this right here, this one, did they just send you one bottle? Or did
they
you get
sent me a bottle of gin. I think I'll actually have it over there somewhere. And the one bottle of vodka, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you trying
to... no, I'm just saying, so did that shipment alone, that's how you know? Because this right here, this bottle right here took forever for you to get. I
mean, that's what the freight forwarder was telling me. That's basically how freight works. So the freight forwarder is telling me, like, there's no way we can get it down to Okinawa.
So now you're trying to figure out that last leg of the delivery.
Basically, yeah. So they give me a quote to get to Fukuoka, and I'm saying, okay, let's just do that, and then I'll worry about trying to get it down here. At least I have some time. I have like a month and a half to try to figure out from a local freight forwarder, preferably a local forwarder or shipping company here in Okinawa, say, I expect a shipment to be in Fukuoka on this and this day. Can we arrange to get it down here? And how much is that going to cost me? So, of course, all of that's got to factor into the retail price once I finally get it here.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been working on lately is, the headaches involved with that. Every shipment is different. A lot of times you can't complain about it. You just got to roll with the punches. It's just what really gets to me sometimes is depending on if you're working with a freight forwarder for the first time, they'll ask you a lot of the same questions over and over. Like, did you know you need an alcohol license? Yeah, I know that. It's not my first time. The first time for anything from South Africa, but it's not my first rodeo. Okay, just making sure. Did you talk to customs? Did you talk to quarantine? Like, yeah, I've done all that. Okay, just making sure.
And this is the people in South Africa?
No, this is actually Japanese. Mainland Japanese.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. So how thorough
Japanese
they are.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah,
depends on who you get on the phone, right?
Yeah. Like, and who introduced you to us, and how did you find out about us? Like, geez, can you just give me?
Look, I just called you last month. It wasn't you that I spoke to.
Yeah, can you just give me a quote? Damn.
They're always like that, right? Yeah. I always talk about like the Japanese bureaucracy. It's always like depends on who you get and how they feel that day. Yeah, it doesn't really matter so much on the rules because not everyone's following the rules.
But I learned a long time ago that you can't get all pissed off about it and like try to argue with people. And the typical American response doesn't work here. It doesn't work well here anyway. I mean, you can get all loud as you want, but at the end of the day, you still have to pretty much comply. For lack of a better term, but yeah, you have to have patience, so
yeah,
until I own my own container ship, which is never going to happen, but you'd always have to work with a freight forwarder, or directly with the shipping line. Yeah.
I want to switch gears back to Awamori really quick. There was Awamori, Is it like a I saw the Instagram. Was it Awamori time? Yep. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Is that a company here in Okinawa?
I don't think it is here in Okinawa.
They're back in States or something?
For the most part, I believe they're in the States. But I think someone in mainland Japan is helping to coordinate everything from Japan.
So they're someone from Japan's exporting it to the United
States? That may be the end goal.
Okay.
But right now it's kind of like awareness, it seems. Like we want more awareness of Awamori to reach, especially the U.S. and then like get people to show that they're drinking. So they had that big giveaway for a trip to
Right.
Okinawa, where people were posting that they were drinking. I don't know how well that went, but people were posting they were drinking Awamori and Awamori time and hashtag and everything.
So that was something that I couldn't enter to win because I'm already here.
Yeah, unfortunately. I asked about that too, but what would we win? Like a trip to Miyako or? Yeah.
We could go to Ishigaki and then get some of this Shima Urara
Hey,
here.
it's cheaper for you guys, right? Just fly me to Ishigaki. I'm good.
Give me a round trip. But what's interesting is that nowadays, I don't know if this has been new or they've been doing this, but now they're mixing Awamori into like cocktail drinks and all that. Has that always been a thing?
No, not always.
But recently,
but,
maybe?
Because Awamori typically has been, mixed with water and izakaya, and old dudes did it. Old dudes drank it. Oji-sans, right? So now they're trying to, I think the industry as a whole is trying to expand. That's why you see the pretty blue bottles,
right.
and you'll see more of the cocktails being introduced, or, they're trying to open that up more because it is a spirit, and, it's typically 40%. So it's an after meal drink as opposed to nihonshu or wine where you're drinking with the meal.
Right.
That's really popular. You're pairing it with the meal. With Awamori, you can't really, well, you could, but you don't really do that. So I was like, okay, how about after meal? This is why it pairs well with cigars, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's the higher ABV. But how about, after meal, a cocktail or highball or something that does really well in as well.
I like Awamori with shikwasa.
Yes.
Do you ever do that?
Yeah.
Do you do like the actual real shikwasa where you cut it, or do you use the bottled juice or whatever?
The thing about shikwasa is, of course, it's seasonal. So
right.
if it's not available, then do the little squirt, 100% juice. Though.
Yeah.
So at least you're getting something. But a lot of these go well with lemon or, like you say, shikwasa,
lime or something.
Yeah.
Or, you ever done the one? Some people drink it with Coke.
Which one?
Like Coca, not like powdered Coke.
Yeah, I hope not. You're talking about Awamori?
Yeah.
No, I've never.
Coca-Cola.
I've never.
Yeah. I met this Oji-san, man. He was like 70 something. Looked good for his age, but he would drink Awamori with Coke.
Maybe that was the secret.
I don't know. How about with some people do coffee? I've never tried that one.
Oh yeah, that's good. Now that you mention it, I guess Coca-Cola would be good as well, but coffee is good. They actually sell it. Some of them do bottled coffee liqueur, which is basically Awamori coffee.
I never tried it.
Yeah, you can see they sell them in convenience stores too. Family Mart, Lawson. Yeah, you have to scoop some up next time, or just make your own black coffee and mix it with Awamori. That Shima Urara would probably be good because it's not
take it into work.
Yeah.
I'm having one of those weeks.
You're extra ganky today.
Why are you slurring your words, Joe? I'm just talking about.
You still do presentations and stuff too, right?
Not really, not so much now. I'm in a supervisory role, delegating and designating and then disappearing.
You're standing there with your arms folded.
Yeah. Sitting behind a desk all day.
Yeah.
Back hurting, sciatica pain, all the things that come with the job, right?
You at least take your cigars with you and have a smoke break outside? Or?
No, the cigars I only do maybe once or twice a month.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't crave having a cigar every night or anything like that.
Yeah. Some people, man, like the Facebook group. Oh shit. They're like, how many cigars do you smoke? People are like, 5, 6, 2 a night. Like, jeez.
Yeah. Do you smoke every night or?
No, I rarely smoke, but
I only like it like if I'm out barbecuing or like last night at the bar.
Yeah.
Having some drinks and fun.
And a lot of the places that I go to, if I do have a cigar, I'll ask them first, can I light this up? Most of them are like, yeah, whatever, as long as you're drinking. But, I feel like I always have to ask because it is a different smoke density, I guess, compared to cigarettes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It smells great, right?
Yeah,
right? Compared to fucking cigarettes. So let me tell you this story.
Okay.
All right. It's Amy, my wife, right? We're sitting at a counter. We're sitting with her nephew as well, and we're drinking everyone in this small, it's as big as this bar right here, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe a little bit bigger, but everyone in the joint is smoking a cigarette. Amy's smoking a cigarette. I'm in the middle, right? The nephew's on to my left. He's smoking a cigarette, and I pull out my cigar. And I'm trying to be nice, just like you, right? I ask him, "Simasen ne, hamaki wa daijoubu desu ka?"
Yeah.
And this motherfucker said, "No," because the people may not like the smell, or like you said, the density of the smoke, but the whole place is just filled with smoke.
I would rather have cigar smoke.
And I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
And Amy said, "You should have never asked. You should have just lit it and just done it."
Good point.
Started smoking it. Yeah.
So that's what you do from now on? It's like you don't even...
No, I try to be the good Gaijin, right?
Yeah.
I try to be the good Shima Gaijin.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I always get a chuckle from people who don't know me, and I say that. And people are like, "Are you half?" Like, "No, I'm Shima Gaijin." And they're like, "What?" Is it like they have that? Is it okay for me to repeat that type of look on their face? Like, yeah, I'm Shima Gaijin. I'm proud to be. I've been here long enough. Actually, I've been here longer than I've lived in the States.
How many years?
25 total.
25 years.
26. Yeah.
Did you never left?
I left once. I originally came here in the Air Force. For all those who don't know me, I joined the Air Force in '94. I was here for 2 years. I moved to North Carolina, where all my funny stories are from. And then I came back.
Where everyone dipped.
Yeah, yeah. I drank someone's spit, and then I came back, and then I haven't left. So.
I forget, what year did you come back?
98.
No, 98.
99, early 99. Yeah.
Is it funny to see how much Okinawa has changed?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy. Yeah, I remember. People. Some groups, people are like, "Yeah, you remember this, remember that," and they'll post some pictures, of Pyramid, the club that we all used to go to.
Pyramid was just right down this road, right?
Yeah. Right now it's like a parking, coin parking.
Wasn't there Manhattans too?
Yeah, Pyramids, Manhattans, 8-beat, and
I got kicked out of Pyramids one time for no damn reason.
Yeah,
they said you and your boy got to go. No, I'm serious. It was weird. I'm pretty sure he did something. Yeah. And then me talking shit, while they're kicking me out, didn't help either.
Were you into to jiu-jitsu at that time, or
no? I did judo.
Flexing on people?
I did judo though. I mean, during that time, I wasn't really practicing judo, but I've been doing judo since I was a kid. So, but those are some good times. I always once in a while I say, man, I miss old Okinawa, when there was no Facebook. There wasn't shit to do.
Yeah.
The island life was the true island life.
Exactly.
It wasn't touristy or anything like that.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of us old timers were drawn to, and the reason why we decided to stay.
Yeah.
But
now with Facebook, everyone knows where everything is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okinawa pin drops, and I'm like, no, don't tell people about that spot.
The first thing people ask you whenever you post something, like, "Where's that at? Can you drop a pin?"
Yep.
It's like, can you just, how about just explore it for yourself?
Right.
It's like, I don't mind dropping a pin, but
that was the beauty of it.
Get out.
That you would get out, find a road somewhere, see where it led to.
Yeah. I remember
tell your friends about it.
I was taking classes at UMUC, right? On University of Maryland, on Cadena. I was taking classes on. I was still in the Air Force then, and another airman complained about, my next class I gotta go to Camp Foster. I was like, really, bro? This is right up the street.
Oh, you're complaining about going to Camp Foster?
And I had been to, for my classes, I've been to Hanson, I've been to Kinzer, Courtney, because you got to go where the class is sometimes. So it's like, I've been taking classes online. It's like, you're complaining about going to Camp Foster?
It's literally maybe 6 miles maybe away. Not even that. Maybe, 6 to 8 miles.
He didn't like my comment, but...
You follow that Facebook group called I lived in Okinawa, I think it was called.
I lived in Okinawa.
I used to live in Okinawa. I forget what it was called.
Yeah, I lived in Okinawa.
But someone posted a funny comment. They said, I remember I used to complain about the drive from Kadena or Foster to to Naha.
And
she says, now I drive like 2 hours just to get to the next city in the United States or something like that. You know, just that island traffic, island mindset.
Yeah, you live in Awase and like, man, I don't feel like going to Mihama right now. I was like, it's too far.
Yeah.
I had to deal with the traffic and everything.
But Awase now has a Starbucks, so you're good. You don't have to go anywhere to.
Does it? I'm like thinking.
I think they have a Starbucks, right?
Oh, Raycom? Maybe a Raycom Mall.
I think there's isn't there a Starbucks? I think there's a Starbucks there. No. Anyways, you got a donkey. You got Don Quixote. You got a Cane's.
Oh, maybe down that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you don't make it that way, huh? That's too far away from the Awase.
I don't like. That's not Awase to me. That's like Uduma. That's like the line.
You're like, I don't go that way.
Yeah.
That's 3 miles. I can't go that way.
Even
That's
though
too far.
everyone says Awase, like we just say Awase, like the Awase Jusco, even though it's not, but it is. But it's weird. It's like weird how the boundaries are drawn here.
Is that really considered Uduma, the Aeon, the Jusco over there?
I think across the street where that industrial park is Uduma.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about the Jusco, the Aeon Jusco. Maybe.
That's another thing. You said the industrial area. That's all man-made land, right?
Yeah.
That's all landfill.
Even where I live and down by the beach, boy. Sam's by the Sea, all of that is
landfill.
Used to be an island because I remember they had a library here up the street. Now it's down at Corinta, but they had a map and it showed Awase Island. I was like, what? I had my girls, my daughters there, and I asked the front desk lady. I said, there used to be an island, and she's like, no, it says right there on your map. I dragged her over there and showed her the map. She's like, oh, honto da. Like, she didn't know. I don't know if she first started or, like she didn't know that history of it. But yeah, they used to manufacture salt, sea salt down there. Yeah,
they do that on Miyagi Island.
Yeah.
Have you been there to Miyagi Island where they...
Miyagi? I don't think I've ever been.
It's really interesting. They have like a thing that, almost like a basement where you go downstairs and it's like basically where the ocean... where the tide comes in and they're collecting that salt. It's like building up. And it's really cool. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about someone had posted in that I lived in Okinawa about all the landfill. I forget that gentleman's name. Rob? Dude, he's just a wealth of knowledge about Okinawa.
Yeah, I would call him my other senpai on the Okinawan history part.
Do you know him like personally?
I haven't met him, but
I met him once.
We know of each other from online.
Okay.
Like he was into photography on Flickr back in the day when Nate and a lot of people were on Flickr. And,
okay.
Yeah. So, but he's still like really active and always out and about. So
he knows a lot about Okinawa.
Yeah.
He was talking about all about the landfills, like how many acres,
right?
Like it was. I don't know if did you read that post?
Yeah. Because he had because I said yeah, that's right where I live. So he tagged me on a couple of them too, like a couple of comments. Yeah.
He had talked about like the landfill up north where Ogimi is, I think. Like all of that was so many acres of landfill. The original 58.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
Like a real small, windy road, right?
Yeah.
And then he was talking about Henoko is going to be X amount of acres when they're done. And then the flight line that they built at the Naha airport, it's actually more than what they're doing at Henoko. But no one bats an eye about that, right? When they're protesting and stuff.
Well,
so
all of Mihama too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Itoman. Big portion of Itoman is landfill.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much it's changed. I feel like that.
It seems like at a certain point you got to stop. It's like,
right.
I don't know. Just kind of like this goes back to my environmental days. Kind of like.
That's right. You got a background in environmental.
Yeah, that was my last job in 2015. Yep.
Man. Yeah, but money talks, right? You want land, you want to build stuff for tourism and all that, and I mean. How many malls do we have here in Okinawa?
I say enough, yeah.
That's crazy too. Right outside Kinzer used to be Coral and Beach. And now it's a big-ass mall with the road.
I still haven't been there. People are saying you haven't missed much. So
you haven't missed much. I mean, it's nice when you're driving by, but it's like it's unbelievable when you see it. You're like, this is where I used to walk out.
That's messed up. Is it still?
It's nice. Is it still? Oh, the recording stopped over there for the video.
People are probably coming.
Well, that's all right. I'm learning as I do this.
Yeah, maybe we should have plugged it in, but it's all good.
I don't think I brought the plug in.
But yeah, what were we talking about?
Just the landfill. Yeah.
So,
On Kinzer, like, it's weird. You drive, and I'm like, man, where I'm driving is where I used to stand if it was low tide, right?
Yeah.
No one batted an eye about that either.
Yeah. That's all, politics.
Yeah.
Like you said, money and
So what future projects do you have? I know you talked about the Vusa vodka
I
here.
think that's probably the biggest. We do have a new habushu that we are working on. I'm working with the Japanese distributor.
Habushu.
Yeah.
So for people who are listening, that's habu sake, right?
Yeah. The American pronunciation of it is habusaki.
Where they ferment it with the snake.
Yeah. And I have a jar of it here, but we're actually working on bottling without the snake.
Okay.
A lot of people have been asking for it, like, how can I import this to the U.S.? Can I take this with me? And then some people, they take it with them when they PCS, when they go back to the States. But, to actually export it is another project that will be interesting. Yeah.
What's special about the habushu?
I think it's just because it's just exotic.
Okay.
People can't get anything like it.
Is it stronger?
With the snake, with the body of a rotting snake in it,
That's a great way to put it.
I wouldn't say that the alcohol content is any stronger, but it's just more that pungent taste of a rotting flesh that you're consuming. And then it's kind of like a challenge. You lose a game of darts, and you gotta throw down some habushu. And I think that's the way that most Japanese people drink it. Well, the younger crowd, older people used to drink it for medicinal purposes. It's based on a traditional Chinese medicine, so that's why you have a lot of snake wine in Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Thailand. They're making snake wine. It's just Okinawa. It's called habushu because the biggest difference with habushu compared to the other snake wines is it's made with Awamori as the base. Whereas in those other countries, they're making basically like a moonshine.
Yeah.
And then they're throwing a snake in there with some herbs and stuff. So
you say medicinal. Like what were some of the benefits of it? Like if you have a cold? Are you saying that this was the cure to Corona the whole time?
It supposedly gives you the stamina that you need.
And you meet that girl, and you're already sloppy drunk.
Hold on. Let me get my shot of habushu.
This is before Viagra.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the original 2,000-year-old recipe for Viagra. But I guess it had other, medicinal
health benefits or something.
And back in the day, they didn't really have a lot of. They didn't have, I should say, Western medicine practices. So they had the Chinese medicine with a lot of the herbs, particularly, specifically they call it the 5 elements. They have everything that's supposed to be really good for your body is thrown into this liqueur. And by the way, snake poison is good too. So let's throw that in there. So
in small increments.
Yeah. It's really. I became really interested because I'm working with a distributor to bottle some habushu. I was like really interested in the history of it and like why there's so many variations of it in different countries. Like a lot of foreigners who had traveled to Cambodia, for example, they know of it because, oh wow, what is that? And it's got, over there it'll have not only a snake, but they'll have scorpion, or they'll put some spiders in there, geckos or whatever. It kind of, I think part of that too is to appeal to the tourist dollars, and like, oh, they're coming over here buying this stuff. Let's throw some more stuff in there. So at a certain point, it became that they were like getting into the endangered species of snakes and endangered species of, especially cobras. They were throwing that in there because that's what the foreigners were buying. But now we're losing all of these animals, so that's one of the reasons why America and some of the other countries like you can't bring that in unless it's been vetted. We know the species of animal or whatever's in there. We know the species is not endangered or threatened. So a lot of people weren't doing that legwork, or they didn't know about what was required. So we just weren't able to import it.
So when can we see this Habu Sake brand come out?
Sometime this year. That's the goal. I don't know when exactly.
Yeah.
So prior to that, I've been trying to research more and try to publish something, whether it be an ebook or a traditional book on it or something. I'm just really fascinated in learning more about it.
Do you already have a name in mind? Is it going to be the Blue Habu or?
Of the actual brand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you say it yet? No.
No, I probably
Okay.
shouldn't.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, I probably could, but I need to. It's not just me that's working on it, so.
Okay. No, I got you.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. All right.
But no doubt they would be all for it. Like once it is available to push out to the public, they're gonna be, hey Maurice, because that's basically why they raggled me in on it, is because I'm the American,
right.
And I have the American side that I can try to push too. So yeah, it is what it is. So.
And the tourism part too,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's interesting.
But cool. We'll have some fun with it, I think. Something different, I think, because a lot of people, when you go to the bars, they'll have the old style server, and
right.
some of them have been mistreated, like been shaken. Some of them have taken the snake out and like waved it around in the air.
Yeah, because if you shake it, it starts to fall apart.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and then they'll once it's totally empty, they'll put other Awamori in there or other liquors in there that shouldn't be in there. So it's like that's not how the snake is not white. Like, why did it turn white? Like, you really shouldn't drink that.
They poured the whole Zampa in there.
Yeah,
their special brand in quotes.
So and then snake is like upside down. It's like gives Habushu a bad name. So we're trying to, one, make a new server, like a new vessel of the server. Like try to, it is 2021, and people still have the old type of jar on their bar counter. So we're trying to put some new stuff out there, and the bottle as well. It's not going to be the old school Awamori bottle. It's going to be something totally new. That I think more of the foreigners would probably be into.
Okay.
Once you look at it, it's like, oh wow, what's this?
Kind of like the branding of the Ooh La La, something that's going to be more appealing outside of the regular Awamori bottle.
Definitely something different.
Well, I think that's cool too, because and it's good timing, because COVID just kind of put a stop to a lot of things, and people are looking for something new. Right. People are exploring different things, whether it's recreation, drinking, whatever it is. And then if you come out with that can be like the new thing of Okinawa.
I wished we could have called it Blue Habu. Like I definitly threw that. Now
you're like, how about
when we were thinking about they were thinking about the name. I was like, Blue Habu is cool, right? look,
everyone slowly looks at you awkwardly. Awkward silence.
Did you guys hear me? I said Blue Habu. Make sure they heard me. Yeah, we heard you. Shut up. Okay. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be basically what's been
taking up all your time right now.
Consuming my time lately between that and, the vodka and, keeping up with my own website and everything. So,
well, let's wrap this thing up, man. You just mentioned your website. What can you give the?
Yeah, it's bluehabutrade.com.
Okay. Yeah. What else?
You can find me on Instagram at Blue Habu, BLUEHABU, and on Facebook at Blue Habu Trade.
Yeah. So if you're looking for some sake, some of this cool vodka.
Yep.
Cigars. You're selling cigars, right?
Cigars. I have the sparkling wine, the Luke Belair. Still have some of that in stock.
Let's put something. Let's try to do something before the end of the year. Maybe I'll talk to Tatsu. We can do an event or something.
Definitely, yeah.
Things are starting to, I think, pick up and change. So, hopefully we can.
I need to. and swing by there. Yep.
Let's do it. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, no, thank you, man.
All right, people.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace out.